mean, I just don't want them to, come in and do bad. Anybody that ever came here to play behind me or that came in free agent, I always try to help them and pull them along to help their career.
For you, what does it mean heading into this? The game start Thursday. What does it mean?
A new beginning, new era. Whatever we done, in the past, and now we got to go out there and improve ourselves this year. Every game we're going to have to prove it. Every game they're going to be giving us their best. They keep talking about our roster, how our team, built, and we just got to go out there and prove everybody.
Do you see it? Do you see the talent this year?
Oh, yeah. I mean, do we have a talented roster than the 17th year when we won it? On paper we do, but we got to put it all together on the field every Sunday and week in and week out.
How important is that to you, given that you didn't get to the actual...
What, get my ring? Mm-hmm. I got it at home.
How important is it to you for this to be the year where you play in that final game?
I don't know about it be a final game, but I would like to play in it. It wouldn't be no different than playing in any other playoff game that I played in. The environment a little bit more intense because you're playing against the best in the AFC, but, I mean, I was there playing through Big V, and, we brought it home, but I would like to play in that game at least once.
What are you telling Andre to get himself ready for Thursday night?
Just treat it like practice. Make sure you got your hips low. They're going to give you a lot of bull rushes because he's a little lighter guy, but I think he'll be able to handle everything.
How has he developed in training camp?
He's developing every day. He's a smart guy. He knows all this stuff. Technique-wise, he's sound. He's getting better every day.
I want to show him that I'm capable of, being a top-notch NFL tackle, starting with my first game.
How do you do that?
Play really well and prove that you can, do all the right things when you need to.
What are the emotions going to be like for you on Thursday?
A whole lot of different ones, for sure. I'm just really excited to get out there finally.
You say a whole lot of different ones. What are some of those?
Just excited, maybe a little nervous. Everybody's a little bit nervous, but it's all good stuff. It means you care. So, that's it.
What's been the best piece of advice that JP or Lane has given you?
Just treat it like practice. Treat it like practice. Ain't no different.
Except it is.
Well, you gotta just treat it like, all the things that you work on in practice. I don't mean it's literally the same thing, but, you gotta kind of have that mindset.
Thanks.
Did Sunday night give you a little bit of taste of what the atmosphere will be like?
A little bit, yeah. Just like the crowd noise and just the whole sea of midnight green and white and all that. It's really exciting. It's a good vibe. It's exciting.
How far do you think you've developed in this short time since you arrived in Philadelphia?
I think it's been my biggest jump in, skill-wise in my football career since I got here in rookie minicamp. I look back at that old film and I'm just like, wow, what was I doing back then?
Even just that not even that long ago.
Yep.
What are the things that stand out to you when you look at the tape?
Just like the way I carry myself, for one. I look a little bit more, timid out there in my first days of rookie minicamp, and compared to now, even my college coach said my shoulders are a little bit more relaxed, they're down a little bit. So
how much of that is just getting those first reps and showing that you belong when you go up against the guys like BG and Vinny and all these guys that practice each and every day?
Can you repeat the first part of that question?
How much confidence has it given you going against some of these top-notch edge rushers day in and day out of practice?
It's given me a lot of experience with it. Confidence comes with that, and you just get more and more used to going against the top guys, and it conditions you to, face other people. So,
did you have a welcome to the NFL moment in this training camp, or maybe it was during that rookie minicamp?
Yeah, definitely in rookie minicamp. I went against Joe Osman, and he had been on the practice squad the year prior, and Stout was like, hey, you see 95, he's coming for you. I'm just telling you. And then, I went up against him in a team period, and the man just spun right inside me, and I was like, oh, boy, this is what I'm going against now. So that was my first little moment right there. So.
I'm sorry, is it still a little strange going from being a big man on campus who stood out to the new kid on the block in this environment?
Oh, it's definitely. I still feel that sometimes.
Yeah.
Just being a rookie. You're back down at the bottom of the totem pole there. So, it's what I expected. So I'm not surprised by nothing.
Have you been submitted to a lot of the rookie rituals here?
Yeah, the rookies had to sing songs in front of the team meetings. I had to go first out of everybody.
How'd that go?
I think I did pretty well. Like half the room was booing me and the other half was cheering me on. So I just kept going for the ones that were following. So.
Have you had to do the water ice and all that stuff too?
The what now?
Carry the water ice, Rita's water ice to the players and stuff after practice. The cups of water.
Oh no, I didn't have to do that. Yeah. But we do little things. There's nothing crazy anymore. Stock the fridge with food. I mean not food, water and all that stuff. And rookie dinner might be coming up. Who knows? So.
Do you realize what those rookie dinners cost rookies?
I do.
And you ready for this?
No, I'm playing. Yeah, I'm good.
Put you in a time warp for a second. Do you remember your first game at Washington State?
Yep.
Do you remember what the experience was like? The emotions beforehand and then the game itself.
Sorry. Yeah, it was my redshirt freshman year, and the starting left tackle was out with an injury, and we were playing UCLA at their stadium. And what was the situation? Everybody was kind of out of position on the O-line because they didn't want to just throw me in right away. And then by the time halftime rolls around, it's just all chaos on the sideline, guys yelling at each other, yelling at the O-line, and just positions fighting against each other, and it was just all chaos. And then the second half, coach threw me in, and everybody else was back to their regular positions. And I held my own, and we made a really close comeback. So. It was exciting.
As you get ready for your first pro game Thursday night, not knowing how many reps you might play, what do you constantly keep telling yourself between now and then?
Just, fall back on my training and treat each play like practice and just focus for each of those 4 seconds.
What's it like having your family here to support you each and every day at practice?
Oh, it's great. They want to be there every chance they get. I mean, my mom's on vacation right now, and she said she wouldn't want to spend vacation doing anything else but watching football. So, yeah, it's been awesome.
Is it nice having that support system?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, and the game's coming up, and my dad will be there, some uncles, some aunts, and it's gonna be cool.
How many tickets do you have to get for the game?
I'm gonna get 4, and the rest of them said, they'll figure it out. So, wish them luck.
Practice ended almost half an hour ago, but you guys are still out here working on a route to get yourselves ready in the right mindset for Thursday night. How important is doing those little things off to the side and using that extra time to prepare yourself that much more?
Oh, it's great because I can take what they coaching in the meeting room and apply it out here, and I learned a couple of things, just not even by doing it, but by watching it and listening to Coach grow. So now that I know these things, I can go out and do it on the field when it really comes down to it.
What's an example of something that you learned by watching?
Just some of the techniques, some of the things that they're trying to do to get open, some of the things that they want to, kind of look like they're doing and then fake something and then go here or go there, expect the ball here. Just a lot of details.
What is Thursday night going to be like for you?
It's going to be exciting, but, it's just a football game at the end of the day. And I got to, just go out there, be prepared mentally, physically, and just go ball.
Did the veterans tell you that's how to approach it, just treat it like another day?
Yeah, they said, it's just a football game. Just go out there and have fun and play ball and expect to take a lot of reps.
How important was Sunday night, being out there for the public practice, getting a chance to be able to see the fans up close and personal like that?
Oh, it was great because I can, first off, be able to play in front of the fans, be in the stadium, be in that kind of atmosphere. It's great, especially going into the first game. So, it's, I can be a little bit more prepared for what's to come.
Do you think that you've had your welcome to the NFL moment at all, whether it's in the rookie camps, the OTAs, or at some point during training camp?
Oh, yeah. There's been many times where I just walk in and I'm like, I'm really sharing a locker room with all these guys. And, I come out here and I practice with them. And, there's times where I'm struggling. There's times where I'm successful. And, those are the moments where it's like, yeah, I'm really doing this thing out here. So it's been a lot of fun, but I'm excited to get things started.
JJ, do you remember your first college game by any chance? Going a little bit in the Wayback Machine here, but do you recall your first college game?
I do. My first college game that I played in, it was actually UCLA, and I scored a game-winning touchdown because somebody got hurt. They had to call me up and play, and then just happened to be called my number at the end of the game. So that's something I'm never going to forget. Hopefully I can do it this Thursday, but we'll see.
You can see the reps that you're taking on the field, but we can also see you working with Deshaun and Nelson after practice. How important are those kind of one-on-one sessions?
Yeah, I think they're huge. I mean, just getting to kind of see what they do and help them out, and I think that's where you kind of take it to the next level, because everybody's practicing, but when you do things off the field and after practice and in meetings, I think that's where you get an edge over other teams, because again, everybody's got the same amount of hours in training camp and things like that. So when we're able to work and do the stuff, the little extra stuff, I think that's really going to bode well for us.
We've talked a lot in the past about how special this quarterback's room has been. Obviously different faces in there this year, but what's the energy been like in this training camp?
Yeah, it's been a great room. It's been a great dynamic. Those Cody and Clayton have been awesome additions. They're great dudes, and obviously Carson and myself have been in there for a while, and then Press and Coach Groh and Coach Doug have been there for a while. So, it's exciting. We're just trying to build on it. It's a fluid situation. We're continuing to work and improve and learn from each other and things like that. But I think we're in a good place right now.
What are you trying to get out of Thursday night?
What am I trying to get
Personally.
out of Thursday night? Just want to continue to just put my best foot forward, get the ball down the field, have successful drives, take care of the ball, get into a rhythm, get into a flow, and then just playing fast, being efficient. Nothing too tangible, as I said before. Don't know exactly how much I'm going to play, how many opportunities I'll have, but when I am out there, I want to make the most of it.
I was just going to ask, do you have any idea of how much you're going to be playing this week? No word yet?
Yeah, no word yet. I'm not sure, but I'll be ready to go.
You'll likely have a lot of young guys out there with you on the field. As the veteran out there, do you feel like you have to calm them down to make sure that everything is in sync?
Yeah, it is kind of weird turning around and realizing that I'm in my fourth year now. But and I guess I don't really see myself as a veteran. I guess I have some experience, but maybe I need to understand that a little bit more, that I've been here a lot longer than some of those guys in the huddle, but man, they're doing a great job. So I don't think they need a ton from me, but that's part of my job, is to get guys going, give them some confidence, inspire, and things like that. And I think we got a really good thing going when we're in that little huddle. It's our sanctuary. We're all able to feel comfortable knowing that we all have each other's backs and things like that. So yeah, really looking forward to that, and going to make sure that we try to get on the same page and have a good night.
With you and Deshaun and Nelson, you guys out here getting extra work, is that a thing where you guys, do they come to you and say they want the extra work? And what does that say about them?
Yeah, I go over and I beg them to let me throw to them after practice. No, I'm just kidding. No, they're the best. I mean, I've known Deshaun for a little while and then been here with Nelly, and they're just workaholics. They love to keep working, and I like to think I am as well. I love that stuff. I love the process of working with the guys, getting on the same page, talking through routes, preferences, where they like the ball, and things like that. And as I said before, I think, if we continue to do that. Carson does that all the time with the guys. I think it's going to bode well for us this fall if we're, on the same page and able to, apply it to the field.
Does that say a lot about them? That, you look at a guy like Deshaun, he's been in this league a long time, he's done a lot of things. He doesn't necessarily need the extra work.
Yeah, and I think if you have that attitude as a player and thinking, I don't need this work, I've got it, that's where you start getting into trouble, because it's, I've said it before, but this league, it's a lease. Rent's due every day. I think many people have said it before, but you don't own anything. Whether you're getting older or just not staying sharp or things like that, you always have to keep grinding and keep working to, be on your game, because the parity in this league is so small. Everybody's really good, so you just have to always try to keep that edge and keep going.
How much does just having a training camp or preseason game kind of break up the monotony of training camp?
Yeah, I think, training camp's a fun process. It's a lot of work, but, it's kind of a rite of passage, and that shared, work of, just kind of working as a team to come together and things. But the games are definitely a lot of fun, and kind of you get that competition, that release of going out and being able to cut loose against other teams and things like that. So yeah, we're all really looking forward to Thursday.
Will you be composed when you throw a touchdown pass on Thursday night in terms of not worrying about getting the ball back?
Yeah. I don't think I'll be taking the ball out of the stands ever again, but I definitely needed that last one last year. But
You say that now. But
preseason, hopefully, but it'd be nice if we can get in the end zone. That'd be cool.
A lot of people talk about how training camp is different now. Not as many of the regulars play in the preseason, but is there still no substitute for being out in the field for a preseason game to get that work in?
Yeah, I've always thought preseason games are as intense and, high energy as most games, I've been a part of, either on the sideline or been able to play in, because, a lot of guys are, you're fighting for jobs, fighting for livelihood. You're not fighting to, just be able to play next week. You're fighting to make this your career and things like that. And a lot of great energy and things like that. But, and then, it's not as much game planning, which is a great test because you have to, your instincts have to be good. You have to be able to react and trust what you see. You're not kind of third down expecting, okay, it's most likely cover 2 here, it could be cover 3, but you really kind of have a mixed bag and you just go in and have to play ball, which is a lot of fun, but, is also good practice. So
Is this different with Nick not being here, that you are the primary backup?
I definitely miss Nick as a friend, and he's like a brother to me. He's been phenomenal. One of my be a lifelong friend. So I miss him as a friend, and as a teammate, we had some great times, and it was fun learning from him. But I mean, it really doesn't feel too much different because I never was looking around the last couple of years like, okay, well, I'm behind him and him. Like obviously, you kind of know where you're fitting in and where your reps are coming from. But every day I've always just tried to focus on the reps that I do have, make the most of those, and continue to just keep pushing and improving. You always want to walk off the field feeling like you gave, whether it was perfect or not, you want to feel like you gave all the effort, you were as prepared as you could have been, and then go back in to learn. So, yeah, I really just don't get too caught up on, who all's here and things like that. Just trying to work on being a good teammate and working on improving my craft. So.
The first preseason game last year, you started that one. Was it different starting the game as opposed to going in?
Yeah, starting the game is definitely a different experience than jumping in because everybody. Press has always said this, my quarterback coach, that games, everybody kind of starts off a little, trying to figure out the flow of the game, and then once you settle in, you're in the game and it's all good to go. And when you start, you're all kind of just getting in together, and then, last year a couple times, everybody's playing, and then I came in the end of the game or third or fourth quarter, whatever it was, and I'm getting settled into the game while everybody's already settled. So, but that's part of being, a backup and part of that process. But starting is definitely a lot of fun. And I don't know how it's going to play out this game, but yeah, when you can kind of work through the ebbs and flows and kind of find that rhythm, it's definitely a lot of fun.
I asked that a really bad way. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I meant more in terms of the first preseason game because it's the first time those guys are out there. I imagine it's just fundamentally different than practice. Is starting the first preseason game different?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
No, that was
yeah,
my bad.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah, really fortunate that we were able to practice in the link the other night because you kind of get that feel of, it matters more, more people are watching. You just kind of have that feeling of, making plays in front of the crowd and things like that. So that was definitely a good primer for Thursday. But, yeah, when it comes down to it, there's always a little bit different feel of a game from practice, obviously, because it's a holistic, like everything matters. You're not going team run to 7-on-7 and things like that. It's first, second, third, fourth. Driving down the field, it's a full game. So, yeah, we're really looking forward to it.
I know that you're tight with Nick, but did he have any kind of parting message for you as you kind of ascended into the spot that he held for a couple years?
Yeah, nothing of note or anything. I've got to learn from him the last two plus years or whatever it was. But there was no, sit down, here's the key to, doing this and stuff. I just was able to learn so much from him. He was just, what I loved about him, he was just unashamedly himself. He knew who he was. He was a great presence in the locker room, really cared about everybody. Obviously was really successful. But, yeah, he's a special guy. So definitely good things to learn from, but no crazy parting words.
What did you learn about how he attacked this role and what the key to it was?
Yeah, a lot of things. Again, and again, I don't want to claim anything. I don't know exactly how reps are going to keep going and how it all is going to play out. But, again, I just learned from him that, support the person who's in front of you and support the room. And it's all about the quarterback room, all feeling like everyone has each other's backs. And it's kind of a haven. You can kind of go in there and know that, hey, we're all on the same page. I know what's going on. I got your back. I know, I can support. And then if I have to go in, I know you got my back and all this stuff. And, it was really just a friendly, family atmosphere the last couple of years, and I think we've continued to do that. But again, there is no perfect recipe. I mean, ultimately, when Nick went in, he just balled out and made plays and was able to, do it really well, for 2 consecutive years. So, a lot to learn from that, but you just got to also be yourself. I'm not going to be Nick. I can take a lot of things that he did, but I'm not Nick Foles, so gonna try to do my own thing.
Where's your biggest area of growth, do you think, now that you've been in the system for a little bit? What's the area that you've been seeing the most fruit?
Yeah, it's a good question. I feel like I've seen a lot of growth in a lot of areas. I think physically I continue to develop, just getting stronger and faster, and understanding my body more and kind of catching up to my body. But I think just understanding of the offense, being in a bunch of installs over the years, understanding what the coaches want, player preferences, like where they want the ball, who runs what route well, and things like that. I think that's really, elevated my game a lot, where I'm able to kind of play more layered and understand just, where to go to the ball with the ball and things like that. So, and if I'm able to do that and just play fast, I think that's really where I've grown a lot. But overall, just work in progress.
You've had 25 career snaps in the NFL through no fault of your own. But the question is, how do you know that you're ready for something that you haven't done, if that makes any sense?
Yeah, I've been asked this a few times, and it's a good point. I mean, there's no way to get experience unless you have experience. So, it can get a little whatever. Just understanding that I'm only going to get that when I get that. And but I think the preseason is very valuable. I think practice is very valuable. And I think it's all about just being as prepared as I can and proving to coaches and all the situations I get in practice and preseason games that, I can take care of the ball and do the right thing with it and play fast and getting the ball into our playmakers' hands. But, there is, again, no perfect formula. You just got to go out and be ready and perform. So,
what is Clayton going through, being the rookie and going through all this for the first time?
Yeah, Clayton's doing a great job, man. He, obviously being a young quarterback in this league is difficult. There's a huge learning curve, but, man, he's a really smart kid. He's got a great arm. He's really athletic. I mean, he's got a lot of great ability. I'm excited for him to kind of get his feet wet and go play a little, hopefully Thursday. And but it's definitely a process to kind of get up to speed in this league, and it's different from college, but he's doing a great job.
Take me back to your first college game. Yeah. What were the nerves like then, and do you feel like it's going to be kind of similar this Thursday?
Yeah, we were playing Stanford, actually. I played a few of my teammates here now. So that was a lot of nerves back then. So I think this will be, obviously there'll be nerves, but a lot of excitement. I feel good about where I am, though, in terms of, grasping the offense. So I feel more confident probably now than I did as a freshman in college. So.
Have you had some of those conversations with those now teammates about what that was like back then?
Oh, yeah. We talked a lot about it. And then Northwestern played Stanford open up the year this year. So we talked a lot about it, and obviously a lot of good players.
Wait, so what happened in that first game now?
We won. They were ranked 15th, and they ended up going to the Rose Bowl and beating Iowa. And so we like to think we were the reason they didn't go to the playoff.
Was that game at Northwestern?
At Northwestern, yep. At Northwestern. So a lot of fun.
So why are you more confident going into Thursday night's game than you were maybe as a freshman back then?
Yeah, I think as a freshman, you don't really know what to expect. First college game, you're kind of like, man, I've practiced all year in camp, feel good, but then going in now, I feel like I played a lot of ball, and so obviously the NFL is a different game, and being at the Link is going to be awesome. But I feel like I'm ready for it. I'm excited.
You got a taste of it Sunday night. Being in front of the fans, what was that experience like?
It was an awesome experience, and we were just talking about it. Just to go out there and get that experience before Thursday, kind of takes some of those jitters out. So we're excited. I think all the rookies really liked being out there. We talked a bunch of us, and so we're just looking forward to Thursday.
What's the best bit of advice that guys like Carson and Cody, who have been through the fire, and Nate, that they've given you in the few weeks that you've been here?
Yeah, I think just to keep getting better each day. Put the bad plays behind you, put the good plays behind you, and just it's all about the next play. I read an article the other day. Actually, Foles was talking about how he stays in the moment in the fourth quarter. He's like, my dad taught me it's all about what's going on right there. And so I, even though he's not here, learn from him too, learn from those experiences.
Shareef, Thursday night, 2 days away. What's the anticipation like for you?
Just ready to come out and compete, go against another team.
You got a taste of it Sunday night at the Link. What do you think it's going to be like going out there for your first preseason game?
It's going to be a great feeling, a great feeling, man. I'm going to be real excited, just happy to compete.
How many tickets did you have to get for Thursday?
I'll probably know by today or tomorrow, to be honest with you. It'll probably be a little couple. It's probably going to be a lot, though. So I'll find out tonight, though, after practice.
When you define a lot, are we talking like 10? Are we talking 20? We getting like?
I don't know, man. I don't even know. It's crazy because, I don't know, it'd probably be like over 10 though. Probably over 10. Probably say like 15 the most.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad.
Hey, I ain't about to have the whole city down here now.
Do you feel like that you're playing for the city to an extent, being the hometown kid going out there?
I feel like I'm playing for my family where I'm from, and yeah, definitely the city, being from here.
How far do you think you've developed here in training camp, your first one as a pro?
I feel like I got better each and every day, man. Being a new guy, knowing the scene, you just trying to like fit in, and I'd say as a rookie, you try to, try not to think too much. You try to think a lot. You want to make plays so fast too, so sometimes you can get out of your technique and stuff like that. So you just got to take it one play at a time.
How have the vets been helping you?
Yeah, all the vets been helping me. Brandon Graham, Derek Barnett, Vinny Curry, everybody, Josh Sweat, all them guys been helping me.
Do you remember?
How's mom holding up?
She doing good.
Yeah?
She be there Thursday. She's doing real good.
Yeah. I know she's excited. I know you're excited. I know what it was like on draft day when you heard your name called by this team. And now you're going to get to suit up and play in this building. What's that going to be like?
Man, it's going to be a great feeling. A dream come true, yeah. Man, I'm just happy and, just ready to compete on Thursday.
Do you remember what your first game at Penn State was like? Kind of give yourself a similar feel?
My first game at Penn State, I think I had like 2 sacks too. I was nervous, anxious because, I was a new guy, playing in front of Penn State, it's like 100,000. So, but it's gonna be a different feeling though, playing for the Eagles. You're in the NFL. That's my favorite team growing up, so that's gonna be a different feeling.